Really? That song is completely stuck in my head. Jesse Money's brand new song. I tried to sing it. Should I try to sing it again? No. I don't even think I was on. Thank goodness. It's fine. We'll just leave it alone. So we've got Jessie Money, the very talented Jessie Money, joining us in just a few seconds, a few moments. She's going to be here with us, and I'm very, very excited. Her brand new song, Angel from Montgomery, is so good. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but we're going to say a lot. We're going to say a lot about her and a lot about her brand new song. And I hope you guys download it because it's going to be a hit. I don't know what to say. Um, if you don't download it now, you probably won't be able to because everybody's going to be downloading it. So share it, do whatever you can with it. I put it on my Facebook page. It's so good, and Jess is going to tell us all about it. So hi everybody, it is Friday night. What day is it? It's the 21st already of February. So let me just tell you an old woman thing I did today. So my best friend Michelle, I know we've been friends since junior high school, her birthday is actually on the 28th of February. I put out a text this morning, happy birthday. I called her up, sang her a song. I started singing her the birthday song that I always sing to everybody on their birthday. I make a different one up for everybody. And she goes, "But it's not my birthday." And I said, "But you know what? This was the pre-game show. So I was just getting everybody ready for your birthday next Friday." And how embarrassing. Totally embarrassing. But you know what? I'm not surprised at me. I mean, I knew her birthday was on the 28th, but I thought today was the 28th. What is wrong? And do you know the first day of spring is less than a month away? It is March 20th, thank goodness. The birds are outside chirping, but they're confused because they're frozen solid to the snow. So something's got to give here. And, you guys know how I feel. I've had enough. I've had enough of winter. Let's go spring. Bring it on. I'm done. I'm totally done. Hello, Christine. Hello, Helise. Hello, Scott. How is everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope your week was great. I hope you are headed into a fabulous weekend. I know that I am. I'm actually going out to eat dinner with my brother and his girl tomorrow evening. His girl, he's been with her for like over a decade. So, I mean, do you consider someone married at that point? Yeah, kind of. He's not watching this anyway, so it doesn't matter because I don't want him to be like, "Oh my God, I'm not married." But you know what I mean? Like when somebody's been together that long, do you just say, "Listen, they're married, but they don't live together though." Like kind of on the weekends they do. Am I giving too much here? It's fine. Like I said, he doesn't watch, she doesn't watch, so it's good. They have no idea what I'm talking about. But my best friend, she does watch, and she's probably going to be laughing when she hears that, hear me talking about again how I wished her a happy birthday today and it's next week. But we do these things as life goes on, and we forget. But we don't forget. I didn't forget. I sent her a card to make sure that it got to her house today, but it's not today. What is wrong? What is wrong? Hello, Suzanne. How are you? And Barry, happy Friday to you as well. This is just again, a really great night for me because Jessie Money is so cool. And I feel like I need a Jessie Money show, a Jessie and Des Money show here in Rhode Island, at least in Massachusetts or Connecticut, so I can drive there. Rhode Island, really, why? But Massachusetts, Connecticut, I'll go. We need them on the East Coast at some point so we can go out, support, love, and have some fun at their shows. Like their show looks so fun. They're always at the Whiskey A Go-Go. We'll be talking about that too. But we need one here. I'm just even, you know what? I'll even drive to New York. I bet Al will drive me. Not that we really don't want him driving. I'm just going to say it. No, he's fine though. Sometimes during the day, he's fine, but I would have to take over at night. Listen, I just got new glasses for night driving. Oh my God. I tried them out last night. I said, these are weird. Like nighttime driving with glasses on just for nighttime driving. You got to get used to it. I don't know if you guys do that, but it's a thing. Ray, how are you? So Ray from Connecticut, Mr. Karaoke Ray. Ray, everybody say hi to Ray. and Susan and Julie. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This is great. This is great. I love when we're all gathered together as a musical group, having fun and just hanging out. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And what else was it? You know, I don't even know. There's so much to talk about. Really, I have so much news we're going to talk about after we talk to Jesse as well. And of course, I have to do my weekly begging Steve Perry to talk to me. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Will he even care? He might. He might. He might care. He might eventually listen after I'm long gone off this planet. But it's, we'll see what happens. I hear something. I hear something in the background. Yeah, I do. I do. I do. I hear it. Oh, yeah. Hello? Hi. Hi. Hello. Hey. Ho. Ha. Hi. Hey, you there, Jess? Hello. Hi.
Hello?
Hi, Jess. You there?
Hi, Kiki. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great because I'm talking to you. And Jess, I got to tell you, this song.
Oh, me too. How's Louie the dog?
Louis is attached to me like a piece of Velcro.
He's what? I'm sorry. I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh, it's okay. He's attached to me like a piece of Velcro. Like he.
Oh, that is so sweet.
He's
I
my
love
boy.
that.
Yeah, he's my boy. So
Yeah, my dog's my boy too. Columbo is my dog's name.
Columbo. Now, does your mom like the show Columbo?
Yes, it was my dad's favorite show. And so, after he passed, I got a puppy, and I was like, oh, this would be perfect. I'll just name him Columbo, and it's just stuck with him, and it's perfect for him because he's always investigating everything.
That is perfect then. Totally perfect. So Jesse, I got to tell you, I am in absolute love with your brand new song, Angel from Montgomery. We're going to talk about that in a bit. It is so good. It's going to be a hit. There is absolutely no question in my mind. You did a fabulous job with it, but we're going to, go a little bit in another direction before we talk about the song, which is just awesome. But,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's like I said, it's going to be a hit. I feel it. People are talking about it. They're sharing it. It's so good. I listened to it again for the millionth time before I came on the air. It's so good. Now, I got to ask you. You come from this wonderful musical family, right? When did you first realize you, Jesse, you were going to make your foray into the music industry, which is not easy, but you'd said, you know what, this is what I want to do. When did you decide that?
I mean, honestly, like growing up, that's all I ever envisioned, like ever since I was a little girl. That's my dad taught me everything I know. So I really didn't have like a vision. It was meant for me. Is how I was raised and how I was brought up. So I didn't really ever think about being a doctor or a lawyer, which I'm sure he would have been like, oh, great, I can send her off to college and don't have to worry about her being a struggling musician. But no, it was something that he was passionate about, and I was always in awe of him. And ever since I was a little girl, I was standing on stage. So it was pretty much just embedded into my life.
And you always say that too. And I just find that so cool. You were in awe of him. And
yes.
How did you, do you remember the first time you were on stage with your dad?
I remember, it's when I was a little girl, I would just run up and like have like little bells on my socks and just run up there. But from my earliest memories, it was just running up to him on stage and just saying, baby, I would just sing baby for Take Me Home Tonight as a baby.
Oh.
And then it just, as the years went on, I got more and more professional. And, like during high school years, I would be singing, the Star Spangled Banner. And my dad was very honest with my vocals and like kind of like how I was singing and like what I sounded like. So I always didn't take that for granted. And it's like, if I was flat, I was flat. I got to fix that, you know? So
S-
it's not like he was like always like, telling me I did perfect. There was always things to, learn how to do better. So I was always striving to be better and always doing better. But he always said I was great. And, it's not like he was giving me like a diss or anything. He was just trying to tell me like, okay, you were flat here. And I'm like, oh, okay, gosh, Dad. Well, thanks. Now I have insecurities about that. But those are things that I worked really hard to focus on because it wasn't just about singing. It was about emotion and how the delivery of the vocal and where the voice comes from and like where are you at in your head. There's like so many factors that go into performing, but also in singing, like, and it becomes individually like who you are through your voice when you're singing. So that's, I was really blessed to have had that. And my mom too, just in the car or something that we'd just be listening to something. But yeah, now I'm like rambling because I'm talking about my dad teaching me singing. But yes, ever since I was a little girl, I was taught how to sing. I know that's what he wanted, and that's what happened. So here I am
you know,
talking to Kiki.
you're not rambling at all. I mean, it's great to hear it because, again, there are people who grow up in a musical family and they're not a musician. So, I always wonder, how does that happen? Because it seems obvious. I mean, it's right there in front of you. Your dad's Eddie Money, but is it obvious? Because I think it has to come from within. And like you said, it sounds like you've just always had that thing.
Yeah, and it's and it wasn't just because of my father being a singer. It was the relationship we had with music. And how we would spend time, like my dad and I would sit in the car for hours listening to the same song, and he would be teaching me like, this is how they feel in this moment. Like, do you hear that? And it was like learning about music. And so it wasn't just about him being an artist. Yes, that was obviously something I admired so much, but because our family is in music, that's our whole life is just the passion of music. So it's not like I just saw him on stage and be like, oh, I want to do that. My relationship with music, like by sharing that with my father and the rest of my family, is just this. It's just how it worked.
But that had to be kind of, I mean, we all were teenagers at one point, and as a
Hmm.
teenager, whether it be your father or somebody critiquing you, that had to be even harder because first of all, you're trying to, I guess, impress him, right? To make sure you're doing it correctly. But then on the other hand, you're going, Dad, come on, really? Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, but in like my way, I was like, I was kind of an ignorant teenager growing up, and it's not like I thought so highly of myself, but sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I got that, but he'd be like, okay, no, you were flat here. So I mean, it really humbles you to have somebody within that that's that advanced to just be like, okay. And of course I'd be like, Dad, like, why'd you ruin that moment? My mom would be like, why are you telling her that? But it's a learning curve. Like, he really wanted me to work hard at it, because
Mhm.
it wasn't like he just got up on stage and like he just was Eddie Money. He worked like his blood, sweat, and tears to got to where he was,
Right.
and he wasn't going to just let me go on stage and screw up his show.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen, right?
Not that he ever thought that I would, and it was just important to know where I was wrong in certain things, in certain areas. And yeah, a lot of people, they will critique, and those are things that especially after he passed, it's been kind of, I've been kind of eerie about releasing things and doing things, because of course we're going to get compared to him. And I'm not him.
Right.
I can't like sound exactly like him. Nobody can be him. He was who he was. And so in that way, it's been kind of like finding my identity in my own voice without my father, and trying to figure out who I am through music, like kind of in my own adventure with my singing. So it's been really, really intense. And it's when people say mean things, it's hard not to take to heart. because I want people to like me just like everybody else does. But, you know, they're going to say what they're going to say. But as long as I just keep, you know, trying, like, you know, you can't blame me for doing it.
Well, no, you just got to rise above that because
Yeah.
the mean's always going to be there. You know, no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm nobody and I get mean. So it's like, you know, and why? But people are always going to have something to say about something. I always say that. And it's true. No matter what you do, no matter how good you are, people are always going to say something. And of course you're not your dad. You're Jesse. And you are doing such an amazing job, like I said, carving out your own piece of music history for you. And you're working hard at it. You've been at this for a really, really long time. And, you know, something else I kind of wanted to ask you. You've grown up around, you know, tons and tons and tons of musicians. You've met many, many different people. Who was that one musician that gave you extra inspiration?
I would say Etta James.
Wow.
Without a doubt. Etta James.
Really?
Yes, I just remember, like I was saying before, my dad and I sitting in the car. I just remember, like, core memory for me was when he played "I'd Rather Go Blind," and he would play it over and over and over and over. We would just sit in the car and listen to it forever, you know. And it was something we would do, just listen to the same song over and over again. And once I started diving into Etta James, a whole new, like, a door opened up for me about, like, the pain in a woman's voice and how hard and her struggle. And those are things, like, through music is so therapeutic for me, because a lot of the music that I write, which I'm releasing this year, dives into, like, my pain and how I am emotionally. And singing for me, it's not just about, like, just being able to sing a song. It's like, no, this is raw. This is me. This is real. And this is how I feel, you know, like 100% when I'm singing this song. So when it comes to, like, phrasing or how she does certain harmonies or certain licks or whatnot, it's just one of those things. Like, Etta James is by far my favorite female vocalist. 100%.
That's great. And, you know, I got to tell you, Jess, now I did not know that, but I literally have it right here. I said, you know, you've grown up around music from Etta James, AC/DC, Johnny Cash, you know, all different types of genres. But it's true. It's got to be, you know, you're trying to find your foothold in which direction you want to go. And how do you get that passion into your music?
Yeah, that's been, like I was saying, like, after he passed, I went through, like, a really deep identity crisis, because I mean, I grew up just being Eddie Money's daughter, and I wrote that. And it didn't matter who I was, because I could do whatever I want, get away with whatever I wanted, and, you know, and I didn't have to worry about my life. And then after he passed, I was like, oh, who am I without my father? You know, and it's like, I was completely lost, went into a deep, dark depression, didn't know anything what to do with my life, didn't even know if I should even, like, live anymore.
Oh my
And it was
God.
so hard for me to find the courage to just be like, okay, I need to work on some music. And so my album that I'm releasing this year goes into, like, it's like the stages of grief that I went through. And I know it's not going to be something that everybody's going to want to, like, listen to, but for me, it was therapeutic. And so I hope that when I release it, it will help people, or maybe just understand, like, where I was at, and maybe they were at that point in their lives. And it just, like, how I was in the depths of, like, my father being sick, and then him passing, and then kind of finding my way into this new chapter of my life. So that's what my album's about.
So you were in that deep, dark place, but what lifted you out of it? I know music is just therapy and, you know, just amazing for so many different reasons for all of us. I mean, I know music gets me through, you know, some pretty dark times in my life as well. But when you're in that dark place, it's hard to get out of it. So, what finally made you say to you, I've got to start writing music. I've got to get out of this. I've got to get back into what I love.
Well, I mean, honestly, it was, I was just exhausted of being exhausted. And, you know, I had to be there for my family. And I just knew, like, I remember my dad saying, like, I'm leaving with my legacy, and those words have are like literally in the forefront of my mind. Like, whatever that meant when he said that, it's like, okay, well, I can't live like this, and he would want me to live out his legacy in whatever way he told me. And so, and that was really, really hard for me to kind of come to terms with, because of course everybody wants to wallow in their sadness when they had, like, not come out of it. It's not easy, and to try to strive from the bottom there.
Yeah.
But when I did that and found, I had to stop drinking, I had to stop, I had to stop going out, and I really had to take a look in the mirror and be like, what am I doing? Where is my life going? And so then I, took out some journals and wrote and got some musicians together and showed them what I was writing, and went in the studio and worked really, really hard and dove into that pain. And it was therapeutic for me to sing about what I was feeling, and then connecting with people that were going through the same thing, and leaning on my mother and my family. That was 100% what got me out of it.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, again, we can all, and I say this all the time when I talk about, other artists and whatever, we don't know what you guys are going through. We don't know you. We never know what's on the other side of that great picture or that amazing song. So you sharing this, thank you very much. And it sounds like you've just done a lot of work for yourself, and that is amazing.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. I'm like, what is this, a therapy session on Kiki.fm? Like, oh my gosh.
It's good. Hey, you know what, Jess? If you got to one person with what you just said, that's all that matters. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like when you can get to a point where you're like, okay, today, I mean, it's okay for me to be sad sometimes, and I will take a break from whatever I'm doing. Like, all right, my body's telling me to, like, shut down and be sad today. I mean, grief is like there's no way to describe it. Everybody's completely different.
Absolutely.
But I felt, for me, having my father be who he was and me trying to do music, I was like, listen, I'm going to write what I'm going to write. It's not going to be Two Tickets to Paradise. I'm not going to, I'm not striving to be like as big of a person as he is, because I will never be him. I'm just going to make music how I want to make music. But in the long run, I still want to continue singing his music, because that's all I remember, and I want to relive his life on stage, and recreate new memories through his music. And that has been something that I've been working on, is doing shows and singing his songs is another way that I can connect with him.
And it's just so awesome because your mom shares so many things on social media about your dad, and you and Des going out and singing your dad's songs. It's just, we can't thank you enough for continuing to carry on his legacy. It's so important. I always say, when an artist passes, we can't forget about them, because they've given us so much, and your dad gave us so much through his music, and now you are carrying that on, but you're going your own path too. At the same time of keeping your dad's legacy alive, you're also making your own way, and we love seeing that.
Yeah, and it's not easy. I mean, I couldn't listen to him. I couldn't look at pictures of him for years. And I had planned to do a show with doing his music, but it was just too hard for me.
Yeah.
And then I would get like subliminal messages in my mind, or what I thought that they were. I'd be walking into like some grocery store, and they'd play Two Tickets or whatever. And I would be like, okay, that's him talking to me, and like you find little signs. But for him, like, having music on the radio, I would just be like at a stoplight, and I would get full on emotional. And, if I was going out that night, I had to turn around and go home.
Yeah.
Like, my makeup is ruined, but being able to kind of pull it together and do some like self growth, and realize, okay, I got to get these bands together. It's got to sound great. I forced myself to study every single thing that he did on these songs that he sang. And in a way, I learned more about him without him physically being here.
Wow.
And, you know, because I would always be singing on stage and I'd be like, okay, I'll just go out and do backgrounds. But no, it was like, now I'm singing the lead. So now I need to respect it more than I've ever respected it, honor it, because I want it to sound the way that he sounded, but I also, you know, want to be me through his music. So it's just been an emotional roller coaster, just like listening to the same song or the same lyric over and over again, just like as I did with my dad, listening to other people's songs for inspiration. So it's just gone full circle for me in that way.
Yeah, it's just crazy. You know, when you put it in perspective like that, wow. You know, it is a lot. And, you know, you guys did the reality show on Access TV, Real Money. Do you ever look back at those episodes or do you not?
You know, I haven't watched them since, you know, because in a way I regret not being, I feel like wish I would have been who I am now then, you know, because I was just more of a wild child, but also, you know, I just didn't have it together like I do now.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way I get irritated with myself when I watch myself and be like, man, couldn't you just like not drink, or like, can you just like focus? Because when they're gone, then there's things that you miss, like, or I missed this part, or I should have done this. And those will always be thoughts that I have in my head that I kind of try to not have. But having the Real Money show was such a blessing for us, because we were able to show people a little bit about like who we were and how our family dynamic was. But yeah, I mean, I just listening to his music has been challenging, but also it's been something that helps me grow stronger into my relationship with like him being gone and how to live life through his music. But watching him like on video with me might be it would probably be the breaking point where I'd be like,
yeah.
like it would just be too hard.
Yeah.
But you know, when I feel more comfortable, I mean, you never know how somebody's going to handle that.
That's right.
You know, it's like watching a video of me as a baby with my dad. Like I get so emotional. Like I can't watch it.
Yeah.
And so being able to like listen to his songs over and over again, I have to kind of tune out that he's my dad and really learn it. Because if I think in that way, then I'm not going to be able to get through it.
Yeah. But you know, you do Give Me Some Water. So, I mean, was that one of his favorite songs?
All of his songs are his favorite songs. He always like, that's a big hit for me. That's what he would always say. But yeah, no, I mean, he also, I loved No Control. I mean, I love every one of his songs and every song that he did on stage. But I started learning the harmonica because I wanted to do something fun, because there's going to be pieces, obviously, with him not being there.
Right.
But the harmonica was always one of my favorite things that he did, because I would always go crazy when he played it and I was on stage and I was like, man, I would love to learn that harmonica part.
And how's it going?
How
are you doing it?
Practicing and practicing.
Like, is it going well? Because I could never do that.
Oh no, I was FaceTiming my friend. She goes, did you get like lip filler, or why are your lips so chapped? I'm like, I've been in the car playing harmonica for hours because my dog doesn't like harmonica.
Oh geez.
So I'll just kind of like hide in my car and I'll practice in there. But also that's really what I like, to listen to music over and over again. But it's like, it's a skill. And I'm like, how did he have this much breathing control? Gosh. But it's a fun instrument to learn. And, you know, I'm not great, but I'm learning the little things that he did. And I'm really trying to dial it down to honor it as much as I can.
That's such a fun addition. That's so cool.
Yeah, I thought it would be too. So, I mean, I got a little nervous and I did it for the first time. And of course I'll be nervous until I can really get more used to it. But it's a lot of fun, because I'm like, okay, there's that sound that he did. And I would kind of YouTube like the old performances of him and kind of like how he had his mouth on it. And then it was just really by ear.
You know,
And
and you
my brother kept encouraging me. He's like, "Oh, it sounds good." And so I just keep practicing, keep practicing. But
and
I'll
let's
just keep practicing.
you need to, because you know what? Think about it. What female is out there playing the harmonica? I don't know of anyone.
Doesn't Alanis Morissette play harmonica?
Does she?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
I'm not sure, but I know somebody does. But I just think it's so cool to just be able to honor it. My mom's like, "Why don't you play the saxophone?" I'm like, "I don't know," because then I go from like the other side, like, I don't know how I'd look in pictures with the saxophone. I'd rather.
you probably look great. I'm just saying. But,
Oh,
the
thanks.
saxophone's heavy. At least a harmonica's light.
Yeah, at least harmonica can kind of cover half my face and play instead of like blow my cheeks out.
And you know what?
So, but that's just a
Seriously,
whole nother thing.
you probably wouldn't have to get lip filler because it probably is a great workout for your lips. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Who needs lip filler when you're playing saxophone and harmonica?
At the same time. There you go. And boy, would that go over. I'm telling you. No,
Yeah, it's something to think about. But I'm going to start with the harmonica first, so
there
I
you
get the
go.
courage to maybe change up to another instrument. But I've thought about it.
That's great. It's cool because again, females and musical instruments, there's not a lot of that going on, especially in classic rock, and what you're trying to do. There's not a lot of it. So I think it's a great addition. And I think, like you said, it's just fun. It adds fun to a show.
Yeah, no, it really does, and it gives me like kind of something to challenge myself, other than obviously the having to do my dad's songs and everybody, comparing me. But, and I just want people to know, like, I'm not trying to be my dad. I just want to honor his music and,
Absolutely.
reconnect with him, and like with his fans that I've met throughout the times that I've done shows with him. And just, it really is therapy for me. And I'm sure I could speak for my brother as well, to
Yeah.
be able to get back out there and just live life through his music. And it's giving, me and Des, like, even though it is a challenge and people are going to say mean things, it's just something that we want to do to honor him. It's not that we're trying to be him or to like ride his coattails. It's really all we know, is
That's
like
right.
just performing his music, and it's comforting, even though it's emotionally challenging, and the effort is like it's just so much. But it's something that we want to do, and I was talking to my brother about it, and I told him, I said, well, no, we'll release our music, we'll do dads, and we'll make it a whole family thing. So it's not the same without him, but we're still trucking away as much as we possibly can.
You are. And again, just screw the haters, like just screw them. You just rise above it, and you can't worry about them because they're always going to be there. And you guys are doing what you love. You're getting out there, and like you said, you're performing, you're having a great time. Now you're learning the harmonica, you might learn the saxophone. How great
That's a
is
big
that?
sentence.
I, I mean, come on,
I
like,
might learn. I might.
all
Big
right,
might.
maybe might, okay, but how fun is that? And you're making people happy. Music is therapy. Music is great. Music is fun. You're getting out there. You're living, your life. You're doing what you love. It's what is better than that? Nothing, really.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the happiness in it. There's it's so hard, and you have to find happiness in life, and that's just something that makes me happy, is being able to make him proud. And I know it's something that he would have wanted, and I know just it's all it's our life. Our
Yep.
life was being on stage. And so just being able to, like, right now I'm editing the videos, the live videos that we've done of performing his music. And, it's going to be a lot of like practice, but we got a great band. My brother's sounding great. He's
Awesome.
got some great music coming out. It's like, we're just
Nice.
plugging away over here, but it's baby steps.
That's it.
It's not everybody's going to be all about it, so it's just whoever likes it, come out to the show. If not, don't worry about it.
That's it. And you know what? You have the best attitude about it. Now, you working with Des, your brother, this is great. You guys are supportive of each other, but there's got to be some sticking points. I have a brother, and like needling. It's brother sister love type of thing.
Uh-huh.
What is
Yeah.
what is one thing you guys are constantly at each other about when it comes to your music?
Wait, what do you mean? So, say that again. I'm sorry.
So like, what do you and your brother continuously, the one thing that you continuously battle over when it comes to performing or making a song?
I wouldn't say Des and I have actually a really good relationship, and it's such like a like it's sensitive for both of us to be doing this in a
Yeah.
way. Um, so I mean, we really kind of we take care of each other in that way to be like, okay, well, what song do you want to sing? We don't really fight over anything.
Good.
I mean, we have like a really, really good relationship, and we don't really get upset with each other.
How good is
So
that?
luckily that's worked out in both of our favors. We've really just pushed each other to just be the best that we can be. And he does say that I maybe stress him out.
See,
But
there's always going to be
other than
something.
that, I think we're pretty good because I'm manic and he's like more chill.
Yep.
And I'm like, we
Okay.
got to do this.
Yeah, because there's always going to be something like but that's great, and it's nice to hear that you are supportive of each other because I noticed that you and Des do a tremendous amount together. He helped you on this new song, "Angel from Montgomery," and he's there with you, and it seems like you guys are making a great team, and it's just nice. Your brother and sister, how cool! You can't get better than family, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. No, we believe in each other and we're very supportive of one another, and it's been it's made us a lot closer being able to do this because it's we knew that by going into this there it was going to be like putting us on like I don't know, like a plank or something, like should we jump into the water, like what are we doing, should we do this? And so but we've really kept each other strong through this, and and I know that's what my dad would have wanted too. So,
That's
and I know it's
awesome.
not easy for Des either to sing, and we're both being compared, but but he's sounding great, and I'm so proud of him, and so excited for him to release this new music that he has, and I know that he's been working really hard on his music, so there's big things to come from both sides, mine and Dez's.
That's so great. That is so, so great. And we're excited to hear all of it. But this new release from you, Jess, oh my gosh, your version of John Prine's Angel from Montgomery, you did like you covered Bonnie Raitt's version, I'm guessing, because she's an inspiration to you. And
Yeah, she's amazing.
so what inspired, because I guess there were many versions of this song released, but what was it about Bonnie's version and what is it about Bonnie that made you say this is the song I want to do next?
I've always loved this song. And I remember the first song I ever covered was a Bonnie Raitt song, like in the studio ever. My dad had me sing, turn down the light, turn down the bed. That song. So
Oh
I
my
mean, I just
god.
remember singing that. And so Bonnie Raitt has like been so amazing, like as an influence in my life. But I had a friend that he suggested. I said, I think you should cover this song. You would sound really great. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I didn't realize there were so many versions of the song, to be honest, until like halfway through. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like there are so many different versions. But it was really fun to have some people come in there and record it. And I figured I would release a cover song before I start releasing my original material, just to let people know, hey, I got some music coming out, but here's a song that I like and a song that's really fun. And I had a guy come in, and it was cool to kind of produce it and kind of put my own thing on it, as emotionally singing it. So that was a lot of fun. And Bonnie Raitt, I hope like maybe she could hear it one day, but if not, it's cool.
I was going to ask you, like, you should send it to her, get it to her, drive it
Let me know when you
over.
get her phone number. I don't have that one in my speed dial.
Like, go find her. I mean, really, let's all help because she's got to hear it. It's so, Jess, it's so good. It's so good. And another really cool part of the package of Angel from Montgomery from you is the picture. And your cousin, Matthew, I hope I say his last name right, Grossholz. Is that how you say
Yeah,
his last?
Matthew Grossold. Yes.
Okay. He took the picture. And if everyone
Hmm.
hasn't seen it, it's actually on my thumbnail tonight. But he took the picture, and you're wearing your mom's dress jacket and boots. And
Yes.
tell us
Oh, she
about,
told you, huh? She
well,
ratted me out.
no, I saw it on Facebook. But
I didn't see that part of the post. I just like skimmed through it.
so now, is that her vintage collection? Because you are, you seem to me as an old soul. And I mean that in the best way possible. I mean, because I am too. I feel like I've lived 5,000 lives already. But
Yes, yes.
you,
I totally relate to that.
like, you're an old soul because you grew up with an 80s family. You have hosted an 80s show on Access TV. You are all about the 80s, but you weren't born in the 80s. So you have that ingrained in you, the old souledness, if you may, right? So what made you say, you know what, mom, I want some of your clothes from back in the day, and I'm going to put them on for this picture, this photo shoot for this song? What made you do that?
Well, actually, it's a funny story because my cousin lives in Tennessee, and I had planned a bunch of different photos with him, and I was trying to picture each song and what each look would look like. And so my mom and I played like dress up in her closet for hours, like finding other things and putting things together. And I used a lot of my own clothes, but for the other pictures. But for Angels of Montgomery, it was really interesting. I wanted something really light and pretty, but I also wanted to give that rocker edge. And unfortunately, I did have to give those clothes back.
Oh,
But
dang it.
but yes, we had a lot of fun putting those suitcases together, if I may, of all of the things that I needed for that trip. I mean, it was 3 suitcases full of clothes and shoes and curlers, and because I was off, and I told my cousin, I said, I want you to take pictures. I had connected with my cousin at my grandfather's funeral service, and I hadn't really had that close of a relationship. And he told me, I take some pictures. I said, okay, I'm going to come back out, and I would like to take some pictures for my upcoming album and this song, Angels of Montgomery. So the last day that I was there, he said, because the whole time I was like, okay, I need to find some scenery, like some trees, something like I need to be outside. And so I went to his house, and we just walked around his backyard. We brought a chair out there, and I put on my mom's clothes, and that was the shot.
Oh my gosh. See, sometimes the simplest things in life make something amazing and magnanimous.
Yeah. And it was special to have it, be family, and just that, even though my grandfather passing was like so hard, but to have him there and to be able to get closer with a family member that you never really were close with,
Yeah.
that was really special too.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about your grandfather. It's been a year,
Oh, I
right?
appreciate that. Yeah. It's so is life, I mean, but I was really close with him as well. So, I mean, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, heartbreak brings the family super, super close together, and we all kind of hang on to each other. Like I was explaining before, you really gotta hang tight with the ones that you love that are still here,
That's true.
and honor them in any way you can.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Now, another piece about this song, sometimes when I hear a song, I feel like sometimes people just sing them to sing them, but Angel from Montgomery from Jesse Money, you went somewhere with this song. Like, I feel as if you really went deep with it. Where was the place you put yourself in when you recorded this? Because you feel it when you sing this song and you read the lyrics and listen to you really went somewhere, and you took this to heart. So what did this really, really, truly mean to you?
That's a deep question, Kiki.
Sorry.
um, well, I really wanted to honor it and do it justice, and I put myself in a place that, as Bonnie Raitt did, of a woman that's like, you know, like just getting older, and then I felt that, and then she's like basically hanging with this guy who hasn't said nothing since he got home from work, and like I felt that. It's like, I mean, there's so many different turns in that song where there's pain, and then for me, I just got a little pissed off in it. Like I just was thinking about like a certain situation with somebody, and I just wanted to really nail a good vocal where I was like, okay, that's how I really feel in this verse,
Yeah.
Because like I was saying, when my dad would express like how people would sing their emotions. And so I wasn't trying to like dishonor it by like making it different. That's just like how I felt when I was singing it. So I hope that, it sounded okay, right?
Oh, you sound like the song, listening to the song, I'm like, you were somewhere when you sang that song. When you recorded that song, you went somewhere with it because you could feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just really wanted to make a good impression to whoever was like listening to the song, and I wanted to do a great job. And, I was kind of going through something emotionally too at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a little flair of that in there, which I'm always going through something emotional, not gonna lie.
Join the club.
I'm a pretty dramatic person.
Oh, and there is one line in there. When I was young, I had me a cowboy. So did you ever have you a cowboy?
I did,
Did you really?
I
Tell
did.
us. Tell us about it. Was it good? Was he fun? Like, did he have a cow?
I knew a couple cowboys, but I'm currently single. Not sure if I'm looking for a cowboy or not, but relationships are crazy, and you really have to connect with somebody. But maybe there's a cowboy in my future, maybe not. But
you never know.
I love cowboys.
See? All right, Jesse Money loves cowboys, everybody. It's out there. It is in the universe. So you never know. If you have all kinds of cowboys hitting you up, I take the blame.
Yes, I mean I'm available to talk.
All right, she's available, everybody.
Maybe ride a horse into the sunset. You never know.
Oh my gosh. Now, your dad said tons and tons of times how proud he was of you and your brothers. And you always take the time to thank your mom and dad for everything. You always do, and posts and all of that, which is wonderful. But what is one thing that your dad taught you that you really do carry with you all of the time?
I mean, just being a kind person, really give people the time out of your day, like whether that's a stranger or, I mean, he would talk to everybody, and I'll talk to anybody and everybody. You really have to, some people want to say hi, like he would sign autographs after every show and take the time to take pictures, and he remembers people like kids' names, and I don't have the memory of an elephant like he did, but those were things that really left an impact on me, to just be kind, be a good person. You never know what somebody's going through, and he was always willing to help people. And my mom is the exact same way. Like we'll go somewhere and we'll just end up talking to somebody, and they will, for some reason, they'll want to tell us all about what they're going through in life, and you really just sit there. Sometimes people just need somebody to listen to. And so that's just how I was raised, is like I have an ear to listen, and I could give you a hug too.
Oh, that's so sweet. You really you come from such a sweet, nice, caring family, and your mom Lori is amazing. What is one thing you would want to say to her right now, because she really is your biggest cheerleader and supporter, besides all of us, of course, but your mom is Mama Bear, and she loves you and your brothers so much. But what
you're getting all hallmark on me.
Sorry. I love it. But say one thing to your mom that, you just want to say to her.
I love you, Mom. You're my best friend. You're the rock in my life, and I will always be here for you through the thick and the thin. And whenever you want to lend me your clothes, I highly appreciate it.
She's probably like, okay, but just give them back.
She's like, what does she need from me now?
No, you are really from an awesome family, and the work that you're putting into your music, and Des as well, we are loving it. We're loving, watching your journey now, and what you're doing. And I really feel like this song, Angel from Montgomery, is going to be big for you. I really do. There's something there. I can't pinpoint it, but I've listened to it many, many, many times in the past couple of days. It's ear candy. It's wonderful. It's catchy, and your voice is just there. Like I said, there's something there that just brings you right in, and that's what music is supposed to do, and it's supposed to make you happy, and it's supposed to make you feel good, and this song does all of that. So
Oh, I really appreciate you saying that. That means so much to me. I just wanted to, sing the song the way that I felt it, and have fun with it, but also, touch on some emotions that I was going through. Like I said, music is therapy for me, and as it is for other people. So, I mean, whoever listens to it, and just know that, like, I just wanted to put out a good song and do the best vocal that I could possibly do on it, and honor Bonnie Raitt and John Prine, who originally wrote it. So it was really fun for me, and I really appreciate you saying that.
awesome. And you honored it. You brought it home, girl. You totally did. And everybody, of course, everybody, Jessie Money's Angel from Montgomery, streaming on all platforms. You can follow her on Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm still going to call it Twitter, though, in the back of my head, because I can't get the X.
I got to get back on my Twitter game.
Yeah, right. I mean, so go and follow Jessie Money. Download Angel from Montgomery. It is so, so good. You will thank me. You will thank Jessie for recording it. And honestly, you and Des need to do some shows on the East Coast so I can come to a show and go,
yes,
whoop,
we will
whoop.
keep you posted. We are working on it as we speak.
Oh, yay. Yay. And the new album, cannot wait to hear it. Cannot wait to play it on Kiki.fm. And Jessie, thank you so much for being here and talking about so many things with us and touching someone tonight. You definitely touched me, and I appreciate it so, so much.
Oh, thank you, Kiki. And we always appreciate your support. You've been so close to us throughout these years, and it means a lot to us that you take the time to support us as well. So thank you so much for being so kind to our family.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. And this song's going to be a hit, Jess. I swear. It is. It's going to. And we're here to play it.
Thank you, Kiki. I appreciate that.
Of course. Thank you, Jess, and all the best. We love you.
I love you too.
All right, bye.
Say bye to Louie for me.
I will, and say bye to Columbo.
All right. Thank you again.
All right, hon. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, Jessie Money. Oh my God. I hope that all of you enjoyed that. What a great interview. I mean, Jessie Money. Oh my God, I'm choking on myself. I need a drink of water. Sorry. Give me some water. What a great story. And, again, how many times do I say we don't know ever what someone's going through? And that's anything in life, right? So I can read you all of these stories, which, I have a bunch to talk about tonight, but I can read you a story. We can talk about, an artist. We can talk about, oh, why are they doing this? Yada, yada, yada. People can get mad at Kevin Cronin of REO Speedwagon, which I still don't get why they're so mad at him. Still, people say the weirdest, dumbest, and meanest thing. But we don't know everybody's story. I never knew, Jessie was going through all that she went through, but she has shared with you how she has climbed her way out of it. And I think that's an inspiration for all of us to carry with us. The story she told us tonight took a lot for her to tell us that and to share that with us. So I truly thank you, Jessie, for sharing that because, again, we all go through it. No matter what it is in life, we all go through something, and we always go through something that sucks, something that's hard, something that's heart-wrenching, and, sometimes we just wanna curl up in a ball and, never come out of that ball. But there's a point in time where you have to. So, she did that, and she's out there with her brother Des, and, they're doing it. They're doing it. An Angel from Montgomery, I'm not kidding, because you guys know I'm not a BSer. I call it the way I see it. I love the song. I have literally played it over and over and over again, and it's great. It's great. Angel from Montgomery. Go and download it. You will love it. And follow Jessie on Instagram, Facebook, and X, also known, previously known as Twitter. So, guys, let's go ahead, get to the chat. How's everybody doing? Scott, Christine, Ray, Suzanne, Julie, Tanya, Patty's here, Kathy Waddle, everybody. Thank you. Did I say Tanya? Thank you, Tanya. Everybody, thank you so much for being here on this fabulous Friday night. And so glad you got to hear Jessie talk about a whole bunch of deep things and Hallmarkish things, as she said, which is so funny. And if you missed some of the interview, go ahead and play it back. I'm actually going to take the interview and I will put it up as a separate piece because it was so good. So good. And I thank Jessie so much for that. Okay, so let's see. Let's get into some news, guys. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on in life, which is quite a bit. So let's see. What do I have on tap first? We are going to talk about Michael Bolton. Oh my God, I did not know. So Michael Bolton had to cancel an upcoming show. He has brain cancer. I mean, how sad is that? I mean, Michael Bolton, a gentleman, an artist who really just was the ballad guy, and to hear this news is so sad. So this is from penlive.com. He did announce at the beginning of 2024 he was battling brain cancer, and he's still continuing his fight. He announced on Instagram a couple of weeks ago that he would need more time to recover from brain surgery that he recently had. So he canceled his July 5th concert at London's O2 Arena. And this is what Michael said. You all know how much I was looking forward to this show, but I am continuing to heal from surgery. He wrote this on Instagram. Thank you for all of your love and positive energy over this past year. I am so grateful to have the most supportive fans in the world. Michael's going to be 72 in February. And he did announce that he had a brain tumor back in January of last year and said he had to go in for emergency surgery. And it was right before, he said, just before the holidays, it was discovered he had a brain tumor. So he went in pretty quickly after that. And he also said for the next couple of months, this is back last year, I will be devoting my time and energy to my recovery, which means I'll have to take a temporary break from touring. It is always the hardest thing for me to ever disappoint my fans or postpone a show, but have no doubt I am working to accelerate my recovery and get back to performing soon. And he said he was grateful for all of the love and support from his fans. Know that I'm keeping your positive messages in my heart, and I'll give you more updates as soon as I can. Much love always, MB. So we will continue to keep Michael Bolton in our heart, in our minds, and in our prayers, because that is just horrendous. And you hate hearing news like that. You really do. And moving on to other news, we have Sammy Hagar. And this came out a little bit ago. I just haven't had time to talk about it. But Sammy Hagar had made a comment that he's never, ever going to stop performing. And I feel like, there are so many artists out there that they're going to die on that stage. They're not going to do anything else in their life. They're not going to leave the creation that they love, they're just going to sing and perform forever and ever and ever. But this article from January 21st on blabbermouth.net, Sammy Hagar clarifies his comments about not wanting to tour. I'm not gonna stop performing ever. So what does he say? So let's see. He's got a 9-show Las Vegas residency coming up in the spring. And he did say that, you know what, he doesn't want to be on the road anymore. And I think I talked about this a little while ago and said, why would he? You know what I mean? Like how much longer can you keep doing it? The guy's in his late 70s. But like everybody here in the chat who has seen Sammy, they're like, he puts on a great show. He's lively. He's passing out tequila, whatever he's doing. He's just having a great time. And Eddie Money has been, I think, like at all of his birthday bashes in Cabo Wabo, whatever the heck it is. And you know, he just is a party guy, and he's out there having a great time. I mean, his shows are just a big party. And let's see. He told the Las Vegas Review Journal, I don't think I want to go on tour anymore. I hate to say that because I don't want to piss my fans off. I'll go out and do a one-off show and do things like that, but the residency is going to give me a good extension of my career. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's see. The residency, called the Best of All Worlds Tour, the residency, it is scheduled for April 30th through May 17th at Dolby Live. He's 77. I mean, does Sammy look like he's 77? No. No, he doesn't. He looks like he's, all right, do we really want to put a number on that? Do we want to say how old Sammy looks? Let's just say Sammy doesn't look 77 and he doesn't look 76. So don't give me one of those. He looks amazing, and probably because he drinks tequila and he has a whole bunch of fun. And he gets paid to have fun on stage. Like what is better than that? And let's see, he goes on to say, with this, I don't have to travel. I don't have to unpack and pack and get on an airplane every day. You know, at my age, it hurts my shoulders to do all this, and I have to perform. I'm a performer at the end of the day. Right? Truth. And then he says, I keep telling my manager, don't take any tours. Let me do this residency. If I like it enough, I'll do another one. And if that's successful, I'll do another one. And I can squeeze a few more years out of my career. Now, like maybe he was a little harsh, you know, in making that statement. Like, in other words, you know, it kind of came off of, hey, if I make, you know, the right amount of money, I'll do this. But I don't think he meant it like that because, guys, he doesn't need the money. Sammy doesn't need the money. He's good. He's all set. So on January 20th, Sammy put out a video message on his Instagram, which gave more insight into what he was really thinking about touring. And let's see, he said, the last couple of weeks, yeah, I've been getting all these messages from people. Oh my God, you're not going to tour anymore. I didn't say I'm not going to tour anymore. This is Sammy now. He's talking. I was referring to the residency coming up in May with Joe Satriani, Michael Anthony, Kenny Aronoff, Rye Thistlethwaite, the same Best of All Worlds band, Best of All Worlds tour. We're going to do a residency at MGM Park. And I'm hoping that that will be a lot easier for me than packing bags every day and getting on an airplane, which he had previously said. Flying to the next city, checking into the hotel, running a sound check, trying to get something to eat, go to the meet and greet, get to the show, and then doing a show. Without all that crazy travel and all that extracurricular stuff, it should be easier for me waking up, having a nice breakfast in the town where you're going to play, not having to do anything, but maybe go to the gym, maybe rehearse. Yeah, man, now you're talking. Ha ha, it says he laughs. I'll be chomping in the bit when it comes to showtime because I will be well rested without all that travel. I just think it's going to be great. And maybe I will be able to squeeze 50, 100 more shows out of this voice and this body. Now, you know, there is nothing wrong with a Vegas residency. There really isn't. And actually, I don't see why Rhode Island can't be host to a residency. somewhere. I mean, we've got plenty of venues here. I don't see why somebody can't, because people aren't coming to Rhode Island like they go to Vegas. Let's be honest. People come to Rhode Island, they go to see the mansions in Newport, which are beautiful, and they go to the beaches and they have lobster and they try to find a mobster. They eat lobster and try to find a mobster. Oh my gosh, I can't. But you're not going to find a mobster because they're probably already in jail or they're not here anymore. You know what I mean? So you're not going to find a mobster. Actually, there was a tour in Boston. I think it's called, is it called Lobsters and Mobsters or something like that? Listen, just read up on the stuff. You don't need to go on a tour. I mean, because what are you going to see? You're not going to see a mobster. You're not. Just watch some good mobster movies. Really. What is it? The Goodfellas. That's a good one. It's a scary one, but it's a good one. It's like, wow. Ooh, that's Black Mass. That's a good one too. Is that Johnny Depp? Oh, that's a true story. Whitey Bulger. Good story. You know, I have to say, and Scott Andrews, if you're still here, the Boston-based movies, oh my gosh, they're so good. What's the one with oh my gosh, Matt Damon and J-Lo's husband? Is it Ben Affleck? That guy. Yeah. So it was Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and they were bank robbers or something. That was a good one. I don't remember the name of it, but Scott, if you know the name of it, put it in the chat. That was a really good movie. That was a Boston movie. Really, really good. So yeah, Sammy Hagar, you know, he can do whatever he wants, and so can everybody else. Did you guys see? All right, now I have not watched the SNL 50th anniversary. Oh, The Town. Thank you, Scott. I knew you would know. The Town. Go and watch that movie. Watch it. I've watched it so many times. Of course, I forgot the name of it, but so good. So good. I mean, I feel like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, who's the other guy? Is it Donnie Wahlberg? No, Mark. What the hell is wrong with me tonight? Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg, like criminal movies are so good. You cannot get better. Like they're just so good. And a lot of them are in Boston, based in Boston. So really, really good. Anyway, so the SNL 50th anniversary special, I have not watched it, but there's a whole thing going around with Kevin Costner and Cher. Now, I don't know what the dealio with that is, but I know that Kevin Costner had the best deadpan look when Blake Lively was on the screen when her husband Ryan Reynolds was talking and Kevin was just like rolling his eyes. That was kind of funny. And he was sitting next to Cher. Now, you guys know I love Cher. I love her like to pieces. I adore Cher, but she had this wig on. And I got to tell you, I just thought it was a bad wig choice for her. Let me just see if I can bring up a picture and not screw it up like last week. Because last week I had a black screen here it is. All right, let me just, I'm going to blow it up. This is from the New York Post. Come on now. Okay, so I'm going to share this. I'm going to make sure it's on the screen. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Go back. Now go back. There. Thank you. I didn't screw it up. Look at her hair. Look at her wig. That is terrible. I'm sorry. Why? And who put that on her head? Because Cher is gorgeous and she did not need to wear that. And she's still dating that kid. Guy. Man. The man. He's like, what, 20? No, he's older than that. I think he's 30 now. Maybe he had a birthday. Yeah, she's still dating that guy, which is like I thought that would have been over, to be honest. But yeah, I didn't care for that look. But Kevin Costner was all about Cher. And wait a minute, there was a whole thing about how Kevin Costner looked at Cher while she was performing. Kevin Costner Cher perform, which she did. I think she did If I Can Turn Back Time. And, you know, she had her thing on, like her original outfit or something. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm still on here. And couldn't contain himself during Cher's performance. Okay, so it went viral, which I haven't even seen this yet. But his reaction, let's just go through the commercial. Can you see this? Yep, you can see him. All right, let me just see. I'm not going to unmute it because I don't know what's on it, so I don't want to get in trouble. Look at Harrison Ford. He's still cutie patootie. Hello, Harrison. All right, I hope this is going to show. Ooh, that looks scary. IMAX. Captain America. All right, come on. How many commercials are we going to have here? This is ridiculous. Is this the real thing? Let me see. Maybe it's down here. Is it down here? I can't. Oh, is it over here? Hold on. This is live YouTube for you. All right, maybe it's on here. All right, now hold on. I'm going to have to I don't know if All right, let me pause that. Let's go here. Oh, you can see it. All right, good. Good. All right, so let's All right, there she is singing. Oh, okay. He's got his hands behind his head. He's like, no, he didn't open his mouth. Let's see. Oh, there's Joel Hoekstra. Shut the front door, Joel. Look at her butt. Like she's got a good butt for what's a 77-year-old. Jesus God, that's not even fair. I wonder if that's her real butt. Do you think it's her real butt? I mean, she's got a good butt because they were showing pictures of her, like videos of her before she went on the stage to do that performance. And they're really just showing her butt. And I'm like, Jesus, I want that butt now. Who cares when I'm 77? So yeah, Kevin Costner was like all about it. He was all, did you see it? Did you just see it or you didn't see it? Wait a minute. Let's play this one. Let me see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go back here. Let's share it. Let's sharing, and then we're gonna share again, and then we're gonna go over here, and then we're gonna do this one. Okay, right? Look at her. Look at Cher. Look at her. All right, ready? Look at Kevin. Did you see? All right, now you can see it because you probably couldn't see it before because I'm a dummy. Hold on. There's look at Joel Hoekstra. There he is. Like he could see me pointing. Now what? Look at her butt. Look at her butt. That's not normal. How does she do that? Dude, it's called working out. It's called exercising. I clearly don't do. I mean, come on. It's not even funny. Matt was in The Departed. That was a good one too. The Departed, The Town, all of it's good. Plastic surgery, probably, but she can. And I got to tell you, not for any, so many people talking about plastic surgery and, yeah, there's some bad plastic surgery, but Cher's is good. Whoever is working on that woman, oh my gosh, they need to get an award because she looks freaking amazing. I mean, you can't deny that. I don't think Cher is that type of person where people could look at her and go, "Oh my God, look at all the work she's had done." You cannot look at her and say that. I look at her and go, "Dang, whoever's doing that, it's perfection." Literally, she is perfection. Dolly Parton too. I mean, Dolly might be pulled a little bit teensy too tight, like over here, but she looks good too. She really looks good. But Cher, I think Cher is the most natural looking out of everybody. She, really. I know, I'm flabbergasted because she looks amazing. Have I said it 500 times? I have. But I don't care because she really looks good. All right, let's get out of that. All right, now. So moving on. So the Prince documentary. Can I do this without screwing up? Can I share the screen without going black? All right, ready? Here we go. There it is. Oh my gosh, I did it. I'm such a pain. All right, this is from variety.com, and the Prince Netflix documentary will not be released. Estate is free to create a new project. I don't know what the heck was going on with all this. There was going to be a Prince documentary to come out on Netflix, and then they're like, nope, you can't do it. So was it all done? Was the documentary completely finished? I guess. And then they put a stop to it. Was it bad? So I don't know if you guys watched Lisa had her documentary on Lifetime. I loved it. I thought it was really good. Some people are complaining that she didn't talk more about Full Force and Cult Jam. Now, here's the thing about the Lisa documentary. All right. I love her, by the way. I got it. What they were trying to do and tell in that documentary was really her friendship with Tony Minaj, who is I think she's her manager, right? I mean, her and Tony have been friends since the beginning, which I didn't know. So it was really focusing on their friendship, Lisa's life. I mean, there's only so much you can talk about in 2 hours. There's only so much you can cover. I mean, the woman has done a lot. You know, how many number ones and just Lisa was the stuff. I can't say the other word. She was the stuff, man. I mean, I went into that club. If Lisa was on the speakers, I was down. I was dancing. I was happy. It was good. You knew it was Friday night when Lisa was playing in the club and you were there to dance to her. So I got it. But like I said, people are complaining. They're going after her about why did you talk about Full Force and Cult Jam more? You should have focused on them. How much can you talk about? I mean, I think they did a great job, and there was stuff I didn't know about. So go and watch that on Lifetime. Lisa. I don't know the exact name of it, but it was really, really good. I thought it was very well done. And I got it. I got what they were trying to do. So let's see. Let's talk about this Prince documentary. So Netflix canceled the release of what was supposed to be a 6-part Prince documentary directed by Ezra Edelman. So I guess it was done. So this thing was all finished. And let's see. The Prince estate and Netflix have come to a mutual agreement that will allow the estate to develop and produce a new documentary featuring exclusive content from Prince's archive. Netflix said in a statement shared with Variety on Thursday. As a result, the Netflix documentary will not be released. What a total bummer. Imagine doing all that work, 6-part documentary, and then you can't release it. Oh my gosh. So let's see. Prince's estate came out and put out a post on X saying that the vault has been freed using the hashtag free. So I don't know what that really means. Does that mean, I don't know, did they go to court? They could release whatever they want. I don't know. So representatives for Prince's estate claimed that the first cut of the film was filled with dramatic factual inaccuracies and sensationalized renderings of certain events from his life, according to sources close to the situation. So Edelman actually created OJ Made in America, that documentary. And they had been working on the film for over 4 years. Oh my God. Imagine all that work and all that time and all that money and all that effort. Oh my gosh. He was given extensive access to Prince's archives. Oh man. With the first drafts for the deal made between Netflix and representatives of Comerica Bank. Oh, because I remember talking about this a long time ago. Comerica Bank has all of, I think, the rights to Prince's property. And they're the executor for Prince's estate. Okay. So let's see. Edelman delivered 9 hours of footage, a violation of the agreement that presumably enabled the estate to withhold music rights. Oh, man. Let's see. Documentary featured Prince's ex-girlfriends accusing him, of bad things. Bad things. The film touched on Prince's journey, both on his artistry and his personal relationships, with accounts of his own abusive childhood and the abandonment of his young wife, Mayte Garcia, after the couple lost their child. So, I mean, here's the thing, right? If the documentary was done and there were parts of Prince's life they just didn't want shared, they have the right to retract that, I would think. I mean, I to me, like, so where was the communication of what they could talk about and what they couldn't? So clearly there was a disconnect there. But I mean, who doesn't love Prince? I adore him and adore his work and adore his music. So I'm curious and excited to know that there's something coming out. But man, if it took Edelman 4 years to create that documentary, it's going to be a long time before we see one, I'm thinking. And then another sad piece of news. I know it's Friday and it really should be Fun Friday, but these are things I haven't been able to talk about because I've been sick for like years, it feels like. And I'm still not 100%. However, I'm much better, but I'm not 100%. But at least I'm here, which is great, and thank you guys for sharing the night together. Whoa. Yeah, would you like sharing the night together? Whoa. Would you like? Yeah, so we're doing that. And Ozzy. So let me share this screen. Let me make sure I can do it. This is so sad. So sad. This is from people.com, and Ozzy, it said that he can no longer walk due to, like, really? I can't. He can no longer walk due to Parkinson's ahead of final show with Black Sabbath, but his voice is as good as it's ever been, Sharon Osbourne says of her husband. And so, what was the show that Jelly Roll did the tribute to Ozzy, and Ozzy was sitting there in the chair on stage? I mean, you kind of knew something was wrong then because he didn't get up from that chair. Which again, Jelly Roll did a great job singing Ozzy, even though he was ripped to shreds about it. And I don't, again, stop being mean, for Christ's sake. Like, guy did a great job. He did. He really did. So you kind of got a glimpse of it then. There was something not right. And this article says that Ozzy Osbourne can no longer walk as his health continues to be impacted by Parkinson's disease. He's been battling this for a long time. On February 5th, Sharon Osbourne spoke to The Sun about her husband's battle with the disease while sharing her excitement that Ozzy will be reuniting with Black Sabbath for the first time in 20 years for his final concert in July. And that I would think is going to be tough. But to me, it sounds like, they're preparing and they're going to make it as comfortable as possible for him to perform and do his last shows, whatever he's going to do to get him on that stage again, because he has said, I'm going on that stage again. And I think Sharon's going to do whatever she can to get Ozzy to perform again. And I give her so much credit, and the people around him so much credit for making this happen for him, because he's made it very clear he doesn't want to disappoint his fans. He's always been about his fans. He wants to do this again, whether it be one last time or, maybe a few shows for the last time. Who knows what's next. But Sharon said he's very happy to be coming back and very emotional about this. Parkinson's is a progressive disease. It's not something you can stabilize. It affects different parts of the body, and it's affected his legs. But his voice is as good as it's ever been. How great is that? I mean, when you lose, your voice, you're a singing artist. That's got to be difficult. So let's see. Ozzy said on Sirius XM, I have made it to 2025. I can't walk, but you know what? I was thinking over the holidays, for all my complaining, I'm still alive. I may be moaning that I can't walk, but I look down the road and there's people that didn't do half as much as me and didn't make it. He's taking it and, putting a positive spin on what is happening to him. So good for him. And Sharon says he's fine as you can be with Parkinson's, which is a terrible, terrible, debilitating disease. So, and for getting this to happen. And then I don't know if you guys can see this, but I won't even share this. But this is from petapixel.com. Photographer sues for sharing his images on social media. We just had this with somebody else too. So Ozzy Osbourne is facing a copyright infringement lawsuit after the rock star posted multiple images of himself on Instagram without the photographer's permission. Okay, I think we talked about this guy. In the lawsuit, which was filed Monday in LA, rock photographer Neil Zlozauer says that Ozzy illegally shared his images on social media. Zlozauer accuses the Black Sabbath frontman of posting his images of him on Facebook, Instagram, and X without seeking permission or paying the photographer a licensing fee. The accounts are key components of defendant's popular and lucrative commercial enterprise, the lawsuit says, and this was from Billboard. Defendant has over 12 million followers on Facebook and over 6 million followers on Instagram and over 5 million followers on X, all of which are monetized and provide significant financial benefits to defendant. Wow, so he makes money for sharing his images on social media. How does that work? So if I took a picture of my dog Louie, I'm the photographer, and I put it on Instagram, how can I make money from that? I don't know, but maybe Louie and I are going to have a little conversation to see if he's okay with being monetized. I don't know how to do that. Like, this is ridiculous. You're lucky I'm here. Like, I don't even know how I do this half the time. So yeah, so that's happening as well, but I'm sure that's the least of their worries right now as they battle everything else. And then speaking of battling, Wendy Williams. Oh my goodness. So I'm actually pulling this up right now. Wendy Williams, she did that interview with TMZ. I think it was just a couple of weeks ago now. And it was a crazy interview. She's in the room of her facility that she's locked up in, right? And talking on the phone, standing at the window to TMZ. And is it Harry Levin? Please tell me that's right. I hope so. And it was a great interview. I mean, it had to be difficult to be, talking to someone that way, but they did a great job with it. And she basically said, she's locked up. She can't do anything. She's held like a prisoner, allegedly. And right here, the New York Post says that Wendy Williams, her estate or whatever, is paying $52,000 a month for this assisted living facility. Who can afford? She made a lot of damn money then. Holy crackaroni. $52,000 a month? Like, damn. I didn't know radio paid that much. So she was in radio. Then she had her own talk show, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Let's just see here. Let's just talk about this for a second. This is from the New York Post. And let's see. It says it has 24/7 concierge service and a gourmet chef, but yet she says it's a prison. And other people have said it sounds like a vacation. She has been there for quite some time. Her court-ordered guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has control over Wendy's well-being and finances. And Wendy was allegedly diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, which Wendy is saying, and she said in that TMZ interview, she doesn't have it. And let me just make sure I get this gentleman's name correct. I mean, this is wrong. Is it Harry Levin? Hold on. Harry, TMZ. Harry Levin. Thank you for getting that correct. So Harry Levin. So he said, does it look like Wendy has dementia? Now, I know dementia comes and goes. You have it if you're diagnosed with it. Yes, you have dementia, but there are stages of it. So you could be completely normal one moment, and then the next moment not know who's standing next to you, even though you've lived with them for 30 years. So that's how like the beginnings of I should paraphrase that, some dementia presents itself, okay? So Wendy could have been having a great day. Who knows? But she's saying she doesn't have it. And there's just so many pieces of this Wendy Williams dilemma, really, and saga. So let's see, she said she was only allowed outside twice in the past month and she needs to get out of there. She doesn't belong there. The people are old, older than her. She was trying to phrase it nicely. She's like, I just don't belong here with the residents that are here. So Wendy's dad, I think he just turned 91 if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and look at that. And she said all she wanted to do was go to Miami to visit her dad and celebrate with him for his birthday. So she was able to go. All right. Now, okay, so 3 days ago from TMZ, she celebrated her dad's birthday with him. She was able to go. I don't know how that happened. Let's share this one. And again, this is from TMZ. So we'll do this. We'll go here. We'll do that. Okay. So again, from TMZ, she said, I made it happen for you, Papa. She got to see her dad for his birthday. And let's see, she went with her son, Kevin. And again, another strange happening because Wendy talked about in that TMZ interview how she said her son allegedly spent a lot of her money without her knowing and, frivolously and foolishly. So, you know, I don't know. I found it kind of odd that she took him with her to go visit her dad, but, it is what it is. So let's see. That's her son, Kevin. And they had a picture together. Wendy looks amazing. She looks like she's doing really, really well. Actually, her dad turned 94. God bless him. And, she was happy to have her freedom, it says, from the facility she was in. Look at her. She looks great. She looks great. She was holding her dad's birthday card and saying, happy I could make this happen for you, Papa. I said, by any means, and I kept my word. I mean, I'm guessing, did the judge have to agree to let her go? I don't know. I don't know the whole detail about it, but, that's great. Oh, okay. So it says after getting the judge's green light to visit her dad, she also reconnected with her son, Kevin, even though she said before that she thinks he took advantage of her financially. I mean, you know, there are things in life you sweep under the rug, but then there are things in life you got to really talk about and say, like, we got to have a conversation about this. But, you do you, boo. And there she is again. Look how happy she looks. And she looks really, really good. So her guardianship was triggered when Wells Fargo flagged some serious unauthorized withdrawals, which she believes that her son Kevin was behind, allegedly. Let's save it. And there's that TMZ interview, Saving Wendy, on Tubi. And Tubi is a streaming service. It is free. So I have Roku and I subscribe to Hulu, which is awesome. I love Hulu. And Tubi is one of the streaming services. All you got to do is sign up. It's free. It's great. And this documentary is on there. I highly suggest, if you have it and you're interested in what's happening to Wendy Williams, go and watch it. It was very, very interesting. And like I said, a very well done piece. Had to be difficult to do it, but they did it. And I think they did a great job with it. So there's that. Now, let's see. So then something came out that there was a problem in Miami. So Wendy goes to Miami. She's having a great time, celebrates her dad's birthday. This is from TMZ. Wendy Williams moved to memory unit after boozy lunch at facility. So not sure what happened there. Let's check it out. Wendy ended up locked in the memory unit of the assisted living facility she's called home for 8 months. She's been there. but not because of her dementia diagnosis, which she says she does not have. It's because she got drunk in the building's restaurant. Now, it has been said many, many times before that Wendy is perceived to have an alcohol problem, and the estate or the guardianship, or I don't know who does have a problem with the Lifetime documentary they did on Wendy Williams. That was really good too, but that was crazy. And you got to watch that if you haven't seen it. But they said Wendy was presented in a terrible light in that, because she was shown drinking a lot in the documentary. So clearly, allegedly, there's a problem there. So let's see, an employee at the facility who has had numerous interactions with Wendy from the time she arrives tells TMZ Wendy was initially placed on the third floor of the building, which does not have restrictions on a resident's comings and goings. Okay, so she was able to freely move about, it sounds like. And let's see, early on in her stay, Wendy went to the top floor restaurant for lunch. Someone said she began ordering drinks and got drunk. She was there for a long time. And when supervisors found out, they were angry that Wendy was served alcohol. So there was clearly a reason why they were angry about that. Wendy had to be moved to the fifth floor memory unit where she would not have free access to the elevator. And they didn't want her going up to the restaurant and drinking that much again. Holy moly. Holy moly. Problem was the memory unit was full, so while supervisors waited for a room to become available, they kept Wendy on the third floor, but had employees stand guard outside her room so she couldn't wander upstairs. That is terrible. That is like, imagine having to live like that. So she was eventually moved to the fifth floor. She's been there for a long time. And so that's why Wendy's locked up. Allegedly. Lots of stuff going on with Wendy Williams. We'll keep our eyes on that. And, you just have to feel for the woman, though. I can't imagine what she's going through. And, now you don't know if you should believe if she does have dementia or not have dementia. Why would someone lie about the fact that she would have that, though? It's inconceivable to me. So I think there's a lot of weird things going on behind the scenes. And, you hate to think it's about money, but bottom line, it's probably about money. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Tanya said, if you have Hulu, definitely see the new Sly Stone documentary, Sly Lives. Oh, I'll have to watch that. I do have Hulu. I love it. Julie said, Harvey is also an attorney. Maybe he had some connections. I think he did a great job with it. I really do. I've said it several times. I don't know how he did that interview as well as he did it, but he's a seasoned professional. He's been doing this a very long time. Jan Marie says, hey, Jan Marie, yes, especially since my classmate was and still is into physical fitness. Okay. So, and then this story, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're looking for $350 million for their recorded music catalog. This is from consequence.net. Red Hot Chili Peppers are looking to sell their music catalog for $350 million. This is from Billboard. And this would be in addition to the $140 million that Hypnosis Songs already paid the band for the publishing rights to their music in 2021. And see, this is where I get confused. I really have a blurred line when it comes to this publishing right business, because Hypnosis already gave the money. Now somebody else is going to try and buy their catalog, but didn't they already sell it? So what are they selling when they get the $140 million? I just don't get it. I don't know. I wish somebody would explain it, like in dummy terms. Like just dumb it down for me, because I don't understand. How do you sell it now, right? You sell it then, and then you come back and you're selling it again. Like, I don't know. So they're trying to get a buyer. And they're saying that their catalog brings in about $26 million per year. And let's see, sources are saying that the Chili Peppers may have already struck a deal with Warner Music Group, but that is not confirmed as of yet. And ZZ Top only got 150 million for their catalog. Does that make sense? Maybe they pre-sold some of their catalog prior that I don't know about. I don't know. Like, how does ZZ Top get 150 million and the Red Hot Chili Peppers get 350? Did you see what I'm saying? I don't understand. I really don't. I don't know. Okay, so now it's time to do my weekly plea to Steve Perry. I have nothing planned. I'm just, basically here begging after being on YouTube for what, 8 years now. Just pleading and begging for Steve Perry to talk to me. I mean, it's not going to be, your typical run of the mill interview. I want to be able to ask him anything I want. And I, would appreciate it if we could meet in a really great spot like his house. And, I would be really nice, I think. And I think it would be a good interview. I mean, I really don't know what else to say about it. I just don't know why he won't talk to me. I've contacted everybody. I don't know where else to go. I don't know who else to call or email. There's no one else. So I'm just going to keep begging. And I ain't too proud to beg. Papa got a brand new bag. I'm not too proud. I don't care because I think it would be fun. Don't you, Steve? It wouldn't be bad. It would be good. Speaking of Steve's, Steve Augeri announced that, the next couple of years he might not be doing performing anymore, which is sad. And, but again, he's got to do what he's got to do. And, I say this, every artist is different. And every single artist is going to decide when they're not going to do this anymore, if ever. Some artists are just going to go until they can't go anymore. Some artists are going to say, you know what? I'm kind of done. I just don't want to travel anymore. I just want to stay put. I want to live out the rest of my life. I've had a great time. I've had a great run, and it's to each individual's decision. And we have to support that, and I think everybody who has read his post, I think Steve put that out a couple of weeks ago. Everybody's been very supportive, and everybody that I've seen have said, you know what, we love you. And that's how it should be. Everybody should just, I get it. Not everything's going to be positive. Not everything's going to be happy go lucky, unicorn land. I understand that. But you know what? There's no reason to be mean. There's no reason to troll people. There's no reason to criticize someone. You know what? We're all here just trying. We're all here doing the same thing, getting by, trying to have a good time while we're here and trying to, put a smile on someone's face or, just have fun with each other and spread some love and positivity and all that. No reason to be mean. There really isn't. So let's just be supportive of whatever people decide to do and not talk them out of it, because clearly a lot of thought goes behind what each and every single one of us does. So let's just do that. Let's just be supportive. Like we're here, here, you guys are great. You guys have been awesome. And, you're all here chatting with each other and just having a good time. And that's what we're here to do. So I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for being here tonight. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead. Remember to download the free app of Kiki.fm. Best music on the planet. Thank you to my wonderful, loving husband, Al, who I love very, very, very much. I did say I wanted to poke him in the eye the other day, but that was just a spring-related winter post that he put out. I'm not really going to poke him in the eye. People were pissed off at me for that. It's like, listen, it's a joke. It's funny. Like it was funny at the time. I'm not poking him in the eye. I love him. And if I poked his eye out, he would only have one left. And I need him to drive me around sometimes. So I wouldn't do that. But anyway, I love you, honey. Um, also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the like button. Thank you for commenting. Share this video. Again, I will be putting out the Jesse Money portion of the interview out on its own in a couple of days. You know, these live videos, it's funny. I don't have access to rip them apart for a couple of days. I don't know why. It's like 24 hours. You got to wait for it to like process and all of that. So, I'll get it out in the next few days. And guys, thank you so much for being here. If you were not here in the beginning, please go ahead, go back and listen to the interview with Jessie. It was great. She shared a lot of really interesting and personal things with us. So again, we thank you, Jesse Money, Angel from Montgomery. Go and download it, stream it now. It's going to be a hit because it's great. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, I love you. And you give yourselves a big, ginormous hug from me to you. And I love you, love you, love you. Mwah. And I will see you soon because you guys are the absolute best. Love you guys. Have a great night. Bye.